Product universe here. Senator Kennedy blasts the Karen wing of the Democrat Party for shutting down the Department of Homeland Security. This is must say.
As you know, Mr. President, Democrats and Republicans in the United States Congress have a dispute over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. And it's such a serious dispute that department is shut down. Now, every now and then, Mr. President, there is a dispute in Washington, D.C. that says something prophetic about the future of Western civilization. This is not it. This dispute is silly. Every single member of this body knows how important the Department of Homeland Security is. Most people recently think of Homeland Security as border security and ICE, interior security of our immigration laws. But Homeland Security is responsible for so much more. FEMA is part of Homeland Security. It's shut down. The Coast Guard is part of our Department of Homeland Security. It's shut down. The CISA, dealing with cybersecurity, is part of the Department of Homeland Security. It's shut down. The TSA is part of Homeland Security. They're working without pay. And not all of our colleagues in the TSA are working. This is the result. And it's going to get worse. Now, for reasons that I don't, well, let me put this a different way. Some would argue, and the party line is, that we're making progress in terms of resolving this dispute. That's not true. I mean, I know that's the party line and conventional wisdom, and every now and then you'll see a reporter report that. But it's not true. For reasons I don't completely understand, for a while my Democratic friends said we're only going to negotiate with the White House. And they have been negotiating with the White House for some time, but they're nowhere near agreement. Recently, some of my Democratic colleagues have met with two of my Republican colleagues and Mr. Tom Homan, happened yesterday, to see if we could make progress. Again, the conventional wisdom, the party line that we're supposed to tell everybody is that we're making progress. But I've spoken directly with the people who were at that meeting yesterday, here among just senators and Mr. Homan. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would describe it as they described it to me, about a -17. We made no progress. And I regret that, but I understand it. Let me see if I can state, I say this, I don't say this disrespectfully. I try to, what I'm about to say, I want people to know I'm serene in saying this, and I don't mean to offend anyone. But we all know what's going on. Our Democratic friends will agree to open up TSA, thank you, to open up FEMA, to open up the Coast Guard, to open up the CISA, thank you, thank you, thank you. But they haven't agreed, despite concessions on our side, to open up ICE. and they're not going to. It is not going to happen in your or my natural lifetime. And if you've been following this debate and you understand the politics, you don't need to be able to explain the theory of special relativity to know what's going on. It's not complicated. Parties have wings, factions within their party. I'm a Republican, we have factions. Democrats also have factions. And a specific faction of the Democratic Party right now is in control. It's just a fact. You could call it the progressive wing. Some call it that. The more cynical call it the loon wing of the Democratic Party. I, on occasion, have referred to it as the Karen wing of the Democratic Party. The Karen wing wants to defund ICE, and they will accept nothing less. Now, this is the same wing of their party that also wanted to defund the police. How'd that work out for us? This is the same wing of their party that has a very novel way to reduce the crime rate in America. Just don't prosecute anyone. Then our crime rate goes to zero. Now, I don't mean to paint with too broad a brush, Mr. President. Not all of my Democratic friends agree with the Karen wing of their party. They don't. Just not all Republicans are part of the factions in my party. But it is a fact that the Karen wing of the Democratic Party is in ascendancy, and it is firmly in control.
Senator Kennedy rightfully blasted the so-called Karen wing of the Democrat Party for shutting down the Department of Homeland Security, an extremely progressive and radical faction of the Democrat Party, as he said, which has taken over the entire Democrat Party, the Karen faction or wing, as he called them, a radical Karen wing which has shut down the TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA, Border Patrol, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Maritime Security, the Cyber/Infrastructure Security, and the Secret Service. In other words, the Democrats have shut down everything and everyone that keeps our country safe from harm and attacks at a time where our homeland and the world as a whole is at the highest risk in decades due to the ongoing U.S.-Iran war. We are at war right now, but our homeland security has been shut down by the Democrats because of immigration and customs enforcement. Give me a break. The Democrats have weakened our defenses at a time when we need them the most. Our homeland needs security at this time now more than ever, and that is why Senator Kennedy pointed this out here. As well, our TSA agents especially, and everyone the shutdown has affected, and DHS deserves to always get paid, no matter what. There should be no more instances where a government shutdown stops TSA agents from getting paid while they still are required to work, which is happening right now. Because at the moment, TSA agents are still required to work but not getting paid. That is un American, and we fought a civil war over that idea right there. Our TSA agents need to be paid for their labor. They should not be slaves. They need the money which has been robbed from them by the Democrats, money which they need to support their families and their livelihoods. The Karen Wing Democrats, which have turned our great TSA agents into slaves over a partisan political issue. Shameful. Like Senator Kennedy said, this madness needs to end. and the Department of Homeland Security must be funded for the American people. But that's just my 2 cents, and you're entitled to your 2 cents. If you want, share your opinion in the comments below, as all viewpoints are welcome. If you enjoyed this informational and educational video, then give the video a like and turn on my channel notifications so that you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Thanks for watching, God bless you, and God bless America. Click on the videos on the screen to continue watching my content.